We're not live right now. I'm on the road doing road things. I'm probably communing with fauna and flora and fauna. Fauna? I'm doing something. I'm not here, but we are providing you with some taped entertainment, and we're doing, since I'm already in the key of open G, I think we're gonna start with a little Lowell-esque, which is a tune off my acoustic Gristle Soup record, ladies and gentlemen, which does not have any bass or drums on it, so this is a unique experience to enjoy these selections in a different environment for your listening and dining pleasure. Lowell, of course, Lowell George, the late Lowell George from Little Feat. This reminded me of him for some strange reason. like that. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Folks, we're not live right now, okay? So don't get mad at old Driophocles here for not addressing your questions. Who is this Driophocles? I don't know who that is. Maybe it's me in a former life. Maybe I was atop of some Grecian isle on a mountain overlooking the Aegean, clad in only a toga, eating delicious olives and pontificating about great philosophical matters. And my name was Driophocles. Could have happened. Could have happened. I don't know. Ancient aliens. I fought them. Tooth and nail. I said, listen here, little gray. The name's Driophocles. And I'm armed with the pits of olives that I will spit out, and they will be mortally injurious to you and your alien kind. All of those things could happen. All right, we're gonna do, as long as I'm in open G, we're going to do a little Rosebud, which is another one we'd like to do in open G. The old Rosebud selection, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, named for my dear old mom, Rosemary, whose nickname was Rosebud. And she would always beckon me, Greg, why don't you ever play that acoustic guitar? And I said, Mom, because I'm a pagan rock warlord. You know, whenever I'd go back to my home and after a concert or something, and I would go, man, you wouldn't believe this band I saw. This, oh, Lord have mercy, they were so good, and this guitar player, and yada, yada. And I would talk about a particular artist. My mom would get this look on her face, and she'd like, interesting. How's their spiritual life? I said, I think they worship Satan. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure as to their spiritual path, Mom, but if I had to judge from their musical activity, I'd say pretty strong. I'd say there's some strong communion going on there. You know, the powers of good. I'm going to throw that out there. But that would be a typical thing that would happen. How's their spiritual life? Yeah. Not quite up on that. But what are you going to do? Always just concerns about, status of things, I guess, if you can dig that. What do we have also on that bass that we could do in our dossier? We haven't done the shuffle, the Vody shuffle, or do you do that on the other one? Let's do the little Vody shuffle. Let's do the Vody shuffle. What the hell? We have a song called the Vody Shuffle. This is a tune that was I wrote after the passing of a great drummer in town here, the Vody Reinhardt experience. Joe Vody was a great drummer, very cool dude. He played in a band called Leroy Airmaster. I used to go out and see them all the time as a youngster. And unfortunately, he passed away. And so I named this after him, the Vody Shuffle. He was a shuffling son of a gun. We jammed with him one time in my basement, didn't we? Yeah, we did indeed. And old Rick Jagger, too. He's also deceased. Yes, that's unfortunate. I hope it's something we did. I don't think so. Nothing we did. Vody Shuffle in the key of G, in case you'd like to sing along in your own private place of listening. There's no words to this one. You can make up words. You'd be like, oh, Vody, oh, oh. I encourage it. Nothing wrong with any of that. Here we go. Good, clean fun right there. The Vody Shuffle. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Fishman Stream. This will be airing, I believe, on the 12th of December. We are not here. I'm going to be in Denver on the 12th, playing at the Paramount Theatre in the evening with the Allman Family Revival. Looking forward to that immensely. It's going to be so much fun playing those Allman Brothers songs with those fine gentlemen. It's going to be a blast. And then I'll be out at Wildwood doing some videos for the remainder of the week, but we shall return in quasi-glory the following Monday. So get your schedules together, okay? Put your calendar down and say, oh, hey, what? Just all those things I just said. And you want to do a little Rex? Sure. All right, that sounds good. We can do all of those things. That's the Rex Charmer, ladies and gentlemen, named after a house owned by Deirdre Cudahy out in beautiful Louisville, Colorado. I used to stay out there. It was a house for rent. When I'd be out doing my Wildwood videos, I would occasionally stay at that place on the corner of Rex and Main Street in Louisville, Colorado. A fine domicile. And I would stay there and bring a guitar back after shooting videos all day. Nothing better than bringing a guitar back with you to spend the night engaging in spirited musical warlordship in the night. And I came up with that jam on such an occasion at the Rex Charmer. That's the little, had a little pamphlet for enticing people to stay there, and it was called Stay at the Rex Charmer. So there we go. That's where that song comes from, Rex Charmer. Rex Charmer for the kids. All right, we're going to do a little shuffle right now. This is a little song I like to do. This initially was a song, an instrumental called Dirty Old Bee. And then it became Night Owl Now at some point in time when John Seeger wrote the lyrics to it. But whatever you feel comfortable doing. It doesn't matter, either one. You look comfortable, you look, it sounds great, let's go. I like it. This is in the key of E. It's a fanciful blues because sometimes I like to mess with the progression. Whoa! And so instead of just going to the 4, then I do a minor 4, flat 7 chord, the 1 down to the 6, the 2, 5, and the sexy little turnaround. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We didn't even play it now. All right, here we go. I'm going to come up with a little. The night owl now, a powerful avian nocturnal creature, mighty of tooth and claw, or beak and talon, depending on your knowledge of the avian community. That made sense to you. I'm not afraid. We're gonna do one more jam for you. This is a little half-hour pre-recorded stipend for you to keep the juices flowing, to remind you that we still exist. Because I'm going to be out on the road parading around like a banty rooster across stages across this great nation. Or at least in three states of this great nation. I'm going to be out in Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. You know that Wacky Tobacco's apparently free out there. No, it's not free. It's kind of funny for it. I'm leading into the free part. It's actually legal out there, see? And a buddy of mine, apparently his brother-in-law is in the law enforcement community out there, and they said the amount of people that come out there that are homeless people that are just there, like, well, weed's free. It's like, they think weed is legal, but they think it's free, and they're like, well, where's the weed? Well, you still gotta purchase it. So, I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, hey, it's not free. That's all I'm saying. You still gotta pay for it. And that's your public service message for today. Always just another little treat I threw out there, a little biscuit for your listening and dining pleasure. Just in case you were wondering, thought you were going to go to Colorado and get all wacky tobaccoed out, no charge. Nope, you still got to bring your wallet with you. And don't forget where you left it, because that can be a problem. More public service announcements. Hey, did you hear that Bob from Sesame Street died today? Do you work with Bob? Hear that? Steve did a gig with Bob from Sesame Street. What was the song? These are the people in your neighborhood. Yes. I used to watch that show all the time. Sesame Street was for real. You know, you talk to people that are a little bit younger, and they don't know what the hell we're talking about. That's crazy. Maria was totally hot for Maria, right? And my wife actually did an event where Maria was the featured speaker, and she came, and Sarah's like, oh, it's so wild you're here. You know, my husband just loves you, or has the biggest, or said something like that. It was kind of like, she's like, that's great. I was like, wow. She didn't mean it for it to be creepy, but somehow, she's probably heard that 1,000 times. Like every boy within a certain age group in the 70s that watched Sesame, she was like, you know, Maria. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I've heard it 1,000 times. Thanks for that, though. But hey, what are you gonna do? It was well intended. It wasn't meant to be creepy, Maria, okay? Didn't mean to creep you out. Where did we end up? Oh, we got there from Bob. Okay, now it makes sense. Sometimes I got to follow my footprints. What just happened? All right, we're going to leave you with let's do a little bit of let's leave it with a hard one. Let's do the Captain Comb Over. That one's a pain in the ass. And we're going to do I gotta remember how to play that. You going to do that one and the other one? Okay. Give me a little chance to review. Oh, who comes up with this stuff? Some very, very lonely and strange individual, apparently in the heat of the night, when he's at the Rex Charmer, comes up with these jams. He says, how can I come up with something that'll alienate everyone? I've got just the thing. Captain Comb Over. That was a little bit of the Captain Comb-Over, dedicated to Tommy Crooks out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There you doggone it. Steve Andreoni on the bass, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan James Koch on the damn drums. I'm Gregory S. Koch, Esquire, and we will see you guys soon. This was a recorded effort for your listening and dining pleasure. Fishman, we love you, and you rule. I'm using a Fishman outfitted guitar, which of course is the Fender Acoustasonic Jazzmaster. Steve has got an entire Fishman rig here, locked and loaded with his bass. He's got the blender over there. What's that thing called? The bass blender. And then he's going into the platinum. There we go. He's going into the platinum preamp. Out of that into the board. I'm using the Fishman Aura, the Spectrum Aura preamp, although I'm not using any of the imaging. I've got that turned off because I got all the imaging on board the guitar. And I'm going direct out of that into the board. But we are also going out of this device through a 1/4-inch cord into a Loudbox Performer amplifier behind us. And also into a Fishman SA330X, which Dylan is listening to in the other room and is engaging in sweet spirited song with. So there you have it, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you cats on the flippity and the floppity.